guys, my name is Arjun. In this channel, I'll be teaching you how to do programming, art, craft, robotics, and almost more of them. So, I'm going to go to you and give a good intro in Scratch. Okay, so now let's go. You can see my cursor, this area. But what this area is? Okay. So if you select the backdrop one, okay, and then go to backdrops over here, click on it, and if you go select the rectangle, draw something like this, so it comes here. You can see our very first backdrop. It's cool, right? So, but this is the backdrop. So anything display here, this is the easy to say, it's the background. Okay. So if you click this button, okay, just click it. You can see many backdrops. These backdrops are already in Scratch. So I can pick the farm one. I can delete our first backdrop using this cross button. Now click on this cat. You can see something's getting highlighted over here. So this is our sprite. You don't know what's a sprite? Okay. A sprite is a character. A sprite is a character that you give a set of algorithms to move it, jump it, play it, anything. So now let's go into these blocks. So now you can see, you must be knowing what does this mean. So if I go to the moves and steps, okay, if I click on it, our cat moves 10 steps. And if I put move 65 steps, our cat moves 65 steps. But how do I get it back over here? So instead of putting a 65, it'll move to the right only. You can put minus 65. Now it's moving to the left. Hooray! Okay. So then the next block is turn block. You can see there's something called direction. And if you click on this, there'll be an arrow mark. You can click on it and change the direction of the sprite. I'll just set it to 90. Okay. And if you click on it, turn 15, it turns. And you can see the direction also changing. It turns this side. And now, there are two blocks. Now this will turn the exact opposite. See? It's the opposite. Okay. So now we got to these two blocks. Now what is this go to random position? Zoom in. I zoomed in using those buttons. This is the zoom in, the zoom minus. And if you press the equal button, it says it's to default. But I'll zoom in so much. Okay. When we click go to random position, it keep on going somewhere. So this changes the X and Y coordinates anywhere. Randomly it changes. Okay. And the next block is go to X as by 0 and Y 0. So now you may know what is coordinates, right? So coordinates, like if you're putting, okay, I'll have to explain with these blocks to you. Now for 2D, if you're creating a 2D game, you only change X by. See, the X position is changing by 10. And if you put it minus 10, the X position is changing by minus 10. Cool. But it's only going right to left. So how to make it go up to down? So that is change Y. So it's going up If I change -10, it's going down. So this sets the X and Y position to 0, 0. You can specify any number, 6, 5, 3. See? It's 6 and it's 3. Cool. And the next block is glide one sec to random position. As you saw go to random position, it just goes. Okay. But this one, it glides. The same thing again. As if go to, this one is glide to. So it just glides to a particular position. So I press this 88, it's 5. It glides to that position. And you can specify how much. Like if I want it to glide 2 seconds. Oops. Change it to 8 and 5. It glides 2 seconds to 8 and 5. Okay, cool. So next is point in direction 90. As I thought you want these two blocks, it points in any direction you want. So if I say 75, this 75 also changes. The direction also changes. Okay. So it's like that. Point towards mouse pointer. If I do that, it points towards the mouse pointer. Like I can't explain everything. Like now these two blocks sets X and Y to a particular position. They are actually two blocks. Okay. So now you guessed it. So this block, you guessed it. It says hello for 2 seconds and then it goes. Okay. So there are many like that. So let's create our first game. So we can delete this cat, go to the backdrops, click a new backdrop, and now what do we do? You can send the last X, Y grid 20px. Click on that. And you can delete the farm one. Okay. Paint a new sprite. Call this maze. Okay. Let's call this maze. And then pick the line one. You'll see that the fill-in is gone. You can't click on it. So go to the outline. Change it to red. Okay. And then change this to 10. And make a very first outline like this. And then you can do it like that. And like that. And like this. So you know what I'm making, right? And then using this, select, you have to put the mouse down, select it, and then you can drag this to the center. Okay, so put dragon and one flag clicked. Start your project, press this green flag, and stop your project, press this red button. So one flag clicked, zoom in. We're going to go to X, 0, Y, 0. So when you click the green flag, it goes to X, 0, Y, 0. Cool. And now we're going to paint the other sprite. We're going to fill in white, and the outline, click this button. There is no outline. Make it very small, like that. and position it at the center. Now change the color maybe to black. Okay, now we got a very first sprite. And when flag clicked, position it to this number -159 -138. Okay. So now Dragon forever in controls the dark yellow section. The next one, Dragon, and if it's in the controls only, and go settings, the light blue, and if space key pressed, okay, then we want it to glide 1 second to mouse pointer. Now I go full screen, and if I keep my mouse here and then press the space key, it glides. Okay, that's good. And at the first, put set size to maybe 50, so it's a bit smaller. Okay, you can maybe change this. Pick the erase tool and erase this part. Okay, so it's good. And then if you're going go to the controls and drag in another if and telling if touching maze. Oh, forgot to name this player. Okay, if touching maze, we are going to set our X to this number and set our Y to this number, and then put another sprite. Okay, you can select egg, then put it here and shrink the size to 60. When flag clicked, go to okay, got this number, and we're gonna show it. Okay, so go to the player again, duplicate this if, then if touching egg, then what do? We want the egg to hide. But if the player is touching the egg, the player can't hide the egg. Yes, you're right, the player can't hide the egg. So what do? Go to events and take this broadcast. So put this here, message 1, change it to a new message, and you'll see here, change it to egg. Egg. Okay. Then go to our egg sprite. When I receive egg, we're going to hide it. Sounds. Okay. And go to sounds, start sound, pop. Okay, so we got our first game. Like that. Each time I'm putting my mouse, I'm pressing the space key, okay? And now, let's test. If I touch this, we go back to the start. Awesome, right? Oh, so I hope you got a good intro. I can tell you more about the blocks actually. Yeah, so the egg disappeared. Cool. So, the sounds. Now we are in the sounds. The looks. Change the looks of the player. So if I go to egg, and if I click show, click next costume, see, the egg is changing. So if I go to costumes, there are many costumes over here. Okay. We want it to be in costume 1 actually. Egg A. Okay. And now, if this is size, like it sets the size to a particular number and change the size. The egg is changed and the size is also increasing. Put this to 100. Oh, 60. Yes. And now the change color effect. So egg color is also changing. Cool, right? If I change fish eye, it becomes fat. If I change will. Okay, you can see that in a different sprite. Just set color to 0. Okay. So then you guess this shows and hide. Go to front and go forward by 1 is a little bit advanced. Okay. And remember always add in a when flag clicked once when you're starting your script. The operators, variables and my blocks are very advanced. But we got our first game. But you have may noticed if it's touching the color red, okay. Sometimes it doesn't go. And if you keep on pressing space the whole game, it always just glides to your mouse pointer. And then second rule I want to tell you, if you're adding an if condition, like over here, we have added 3 ifs. Always put in a forever. Without this forever, it checks all of the ifs only once. But only once we can do, and then the project stops. So if we put the forever loop, we can do it how much ever time we want. Now we don't want this little dude going outside the area. So what we do for that is go to costumes, just create a line over here. Like that. So now we can't go outside. Okay. We might want to upgrade the player. It looks a little bit dumb. Oh. Oops. So go to this player and you have to be in costumes. Go to player, click on it. And then search here mouse. Okay, so mouse 1A. And then we want to turn it. Okay. And then we can delete the costume one, clicking this trash icon. And then change the egg. Click on this and search here cheese puffs. And then we can delete all of these costumes. putting sound pop, go to sounds, click on this to the sound, and then search here byte. Delete this pop and you go here, change this to byte. So as you can see, okay, we want to put this player to like 30. So it says 10. Yeah, and then you can put your 5 seconds, not 55. Or maybe set size this to 25. Okay. So you can take, this is all the code I've done. You can search if there's any errors. Just pause the video, I'll move my mouse out. Okay, I think I've found out all the errors. You could have paused the video. And then over here, you can find some errors. I don't think so, an errors will be there. And then in the egg, is there any errors? You can see. It's okay if the sound is not there, but the other blocks should be there. Okay. Just close this. Yes, so we got. Or maybe you can change the background to something better. Go to patterns and raise, and then go to our player. Just one more upgrade. If key A pressed, go next backdrop, and at the first set the backdrop to this grid. So now if you press the A key, the backdrop's changing. Let's add more backdrops. Let's add all the patterns, stripes, light, heart. You don't need to actually follow me. You can add anything you want. Okay, so I've picked many backdrops, and now if you press the A key, it's changing. I would like to be this backdrop. Okay, so the game is good. Okay, so that's all. In the next video, we'll be looking with a better game, with a cool game. Okay, so let's go on to it. Bye. See you tomorrow.